What the?
The moving and hurts.
This video was shot by a couple of bricklayers who slowed down as they passed by, clearly puzzled by what they saw.
AFK. Whoever the controlling him. Need to find Bud Sharpish, mate. What the?
I'm not home, I'm waiting.
You can do, bro. I don't want to listen. What the?
How many people just don't give up?
Cars sped by, but the guy didn't move an inch. He just stood there, frozen, almost like he was glitched in real life. Makes you wonder if anyone ever figured out what was really happening. In 2023, visitors at Lake Hume in Australia were enjoying a peaceful getaway when a strange sound suddenly came from across the water, startling them.
You can hear that, right?
Yeah, what is it?
I've got no idea.
It is strange.
The sound didn't match any animal or mechanical noise they knew, leaving everyone feeling uneasy. It could have been wildlife, weather, or even geological activity, but no one ever confirmed a definite explanation. While out on a quiet hike, someone filmed something strange on the trail. A massive figure can be seen slowly making its way down a hill, with long arms swinging and covering a considerable amount of ground with each step. Due to its size and the way it moved, some people think it might be Bigfoot. Others say it's probably just a person, or maybe even someone dressed up. Still, believers feel like this clip stands out from the usual sightings. Late one calm night in Williamsburg, Virginia, Robert Earl White was sitting on his porch when he noticed loud, heavy footsteps coming from the woods. Definitely not the usual sounds of the forest.
Skinwalker.
Alright, no lie. I'm on my back porch. I heard someone stomping in the woods. Something huge.
He turned toward the trees and noticed a pair of glowing eyes staring right at him. When he recorded it on his phone and zoomed in, the shape behind the eyes became clear. It looked almost human, but its skin was unnaturally pale, and the way it moved gave off a strange, otherworldly vibe. Many who saw the footage said it resembled a skinwalker. While hiking, a group of friends noticed something unusual in the deep, muddy water. The water was too murky to make out clearly, and no one could identify what it was. After a brief look, the creature sank back into the water and wasn't seen again. Some think it might be an undiscovered species, while others say it's fake, but no one can really know for sure. A group of men working on a property discovered a mysterious hole in the ground. Looking closer, they were stunned to see a dragon-like serpent moving inside. This creature, known as a worm, is a mythical being said to live in underground tunnels and caves. Worms are considered extremely dangerous and are believed to guard hidden treasures. They stay alert and will attack anyone who tries to steal from them. In short, encountering a worm means you've either stumbled upon great riches or a deadly threat, run and leave it, or risk everything to fight for the treasure. Sheriff Woody Wallace from Trinity County, East Texas, was talking about a usual problem: illegal dumping in a local park. He explained that cameras at both ends of the road were now recording every vehicle coming and going. But while he was focused on the trash issue, something odd showed up in the background.
Into this road, I have cameras up. I can see the cars when they come in. I can check the cars when they come out. They had a bunch of garbage when they come in, and it's not still in the back of their truck when they leave. We've got a problem. So this right here is a bunch of cat food cans, a bunch of cat food and bird food. So whoever the perpetrator is, they like cats. Oh, they got a lot of them. We're going to do everything we can to find out who they are. Please share this message, and if you know who feeds their cats this kind of cat food.
Between the trees, a tall, fur-covered figure appeared to stand upright for a brief moment before slipping back into the woods. The sheriff didn't notice anything at the time, but viewers were left shocked, questioning what they had just witnessed. A woman went hiking and camping in the Australian wilderness, but something strange happened at night.
Don't think I've slept one single minute the entire night. It's just so loud. There it is.
The wind kept howling, and she felt like something was moving around her tent. Maybe a wild animal, maybe even a person. Later, she admitted that fear probably made it seem worse than it was. Still, she didn't sleep that night, but had to continue her hike the next day. Hopefully, her next spot will be calmer. The Appalachian Mountains are known as one of the most mysterious and eerie places in the world. Many who visit return with chilling stories, and one man's encounter stands out as especially disturbing. While exploring a dense forest, a pair of twins found a pipe sticking out of the ground. Curious, they tied a GoPro and a torch to a string and lowered them inside. The pipe seemed endless, and faint trickling water could be heard as the camera went down. Just before reaching the bottom, the lens caught a glimpse of something moving, followed by the sound of heavy, eerie breathing on the audio. The camera didn't capture a clear image, but the sound of heavy breathing was unmistakable. Something alive was in the pipe. The question was what, as no one could explain it. The Appalachian Mountains are filled with stories of cryptids and unknown beings, from the Mothman to underground creatures. With its forests, caves, and remote areas, it's an ideal place for such mysteries. Could the clip be real? Near Mount St. Helens, Tyler Barner came across a cougar eating something and decided to take a closer look. To his shock, it seemed to resemble a hand. He snapped a picture and posted it online, sparking debate among locals. Some thought it was a bear paw, others a beaver paw, while some weren't sure at all. The shape, however, looked unsettlingly human. Experts say it's unlikely to be from a bear, beaver, or human. If real, it might point to a large primate-like creature said to inhabit the thick forests in that region. A man ventured into the woods at night with his dog to hunt, but suddenly he was startled by a loud, piercing cry.
No goddamn coyote.
The hell she get?
She's getting something. Get it, girl. Watch it.
His dog went rigid, staring intently into the darkness. He told the dog to investigate, but before it could move, the eerie sound rang out once more.
Come on. Bite it. Come. Don't. There's no way, dude.
He quickly called his dog back and hurried out of the woods. Later, he shared the video online, but no one has been able to pinpoint exactly what the sound was. A camper staying in the thick woods of Huron-Manistee National Forest heard eerie, high-pitched sounds echoing through the night. He recorded them, hoping someone could explain what they were.
They're moving and hurts.
Some thought the sounds were coyotes, while others were sure it was something stranger, maybe a skinwalker or even sirens. People from Michigan and beyond shared that they'd heard similar noises in remote areas. Most agreed it didn't sound like any normal animal. One thing was certain, it freaked out everyone who heard it. While camping with her daughter, a woman thought she spotted something on a distant mountain. Since her daughter didn't see it, she filmed a short video. Later at home, they were amazed to find the figure appeared huge and covered in fur. Thrilled by the find, they posted the video online to see what others thought. A large set of bones was found, that resembles a massive sea snake or a serpent-like creature. On its own, it might be dismissed as a hoax. Still, a recent discovery in the Yucatan Peninsula uncovered unusual remains that some believe are tied to ancient sea creatures often described as dragons. Since the region has also produced Ice Age fossils, it raises the question, could this be evidence that dragons once existed? With both the fossils and Chinese lore, is it truly just a coincidence? One snowy night, a young woman was walking alone around a reservation. The streets were silent and empty, until suddenly they weren't. A piercing scream shattered the night. She swung her camera in every direction, but saw nothing. She was entirely alone. Even now, the source of the sound remains a mystery. While hiking in Canmore, Alberta, someone suddenly noticed something unusual. A huge figure was seen making its way across a mountain ridge. It stopped for a moment at the top before continuing, managing to cover nearly 360 meters in only about 100 seconds. The sight stuck with the witness, though it's likely we'll never know for sure what they actually captured that day. While walking along a peaceful forest trail, this person was casually filming the scenery. Later, when they reviewed the footage, they noticed something unexpected. A faint, white, human-like figure darting from the tree line and crossing the path. Some say it's just a trick of the light, while others insist it looks like the shadow of a little girl in a white dress. No background info, location, or context was given, so it's hard to say what it really was. Was it a ghost, or just the mind playing tricks in the woods? In 2022, a powerful hurricane hit Florida, leaving massive destruction behind. In the aftermath, a strange discovery was made, a creature stuck in a wire fence. It had a snake-like body and a long mouth full of sharp teeth, resembling a crocodile and looking like something out of a nightmare. Online, many thought it was a prehistoric monster, or proof that ancient creatures still lived among us. But it wasn't a monster. It was an alligator gar, a large primitive fish found in the fresh water of the southeastern US. They have long, torpedo-shaped bodies and crocodile-like heads, with sharp interlocking teeth for gripping prey. Alligator gars can grow up to 10 feet long and weigh as much as 350 pounds. Despite their frightening appearance, they aren't a threat to humans. A group of women was driving near a quiet park when they decided to head out. As they neared the exit, something unusual caught their attention.
Wait, what the is that? Wait.
Out of nowhere, a weird figure came running from behind a tree toward them. They floored it, leaving him behind. Who was that guy? And what if they hadn't taken off? Was he actually dangerous? One quiet night, a man took his dog for a walk. The streets were empty and silent until something suddenly caught his attention. A figure in a white dress was walking down the road. He grabbed his phone to film, but it was his dog's reaction that really sent chills. Rather than barking, it was whimpering, as if it sensed something was wrong. And since this happened late at night in a remote part of the village, it made the scene even more eerie. So, who or what was she? A man placed a trail camera in the hills of West Virginia to catch some wildlife, but on July 10th, 2025, the footage ended up showing something completely unexpected. The camera captured a dark, bipedal creature covered in long, scruffy fur. It seemed to lunge at the camera before turning and disappearing into the forest. Some initially thought it might be a black bear, but others noted the fur didn't quite match. Given West Virginia's rough landscape and its long history of Bigfoot reports, many are left wondering, did the camera catch the legendary creature itself? A woman noticed something on the floor of her room during her daily routine. On closer look, she saw it was a strange creature resembling a worm. Unsure of what it was, she shared the footage online for help. Some suggested it might be a rugworm or another type of worm, but without closer inspection, it's unclear. The real question is how it got into her room. Did it crawl in through a window or door, or was it carried in on someone's clothing? One night, a group of men went to the edge of the woods for a hunting trip. As they parked by the tree line, a low, menacing growl rang out through the forest.
You guys hear that? Something out there. Hey, what the?
The noise was so intense and primal that it made them stop dead in their tracks. They shouted out, but nothing showed up.
Hey, where are you? Something pissed off.
Only that creepy growl echoed back. It didn't sound like any animal they knew. Some guessed it might be Bigfoot, while others feared it was something far more sinister. While hiking on Lone Peak Mountain, someone spotted something strange moving in the distance. Even with the fog and low visibility, they could make out a figure climbing the slope with an oddly smooth, effortless stride. At first, it seemed like just another hiker, but the more they watched, the less it added up. The figure looked too big, its movements too fluid for such steep ground. They couldn't get closer and only managed to capture a short video. With Lone Peak's history of Bigfoot sightings, it left them wondering, was it really Bigfoot or just an illusion in the mist? Among mysterious sightings, this one stands out as especially puzzling. In the woods, a creature with an otherworldly look was spotted, leaving observers both baffled and intrigued. It had piercing, predator-like eyes with dark pupils, a lizard-like body, and a head disturbingly similar to a hairless human with defined eyes and a nose. Adding to the strangeness, it had 3 fingers on each hand tipped with sharp claws and a spine lined with scale-like structures running down to its tail. The sight gave the impression of a science experiment gone wrong, though it could also be an elaborate hoax. Kevin, a solo camper from the Small Plots channel, chose a rainy November night to camp in the ruins of an abandoned hotel on the city's outskirts. Vines had overtaken the building, and hardly anyone ever came by. It was meant to be a quiet, peaceful night.
Chill night. Listening to the rain coming and going. It's kind of like on for 5 minutes, off for 2, on for 5, off for 2. Really sweet place to camp, honestly. I don't know, sit here and listen. I can hear, they sound like crickets, but I think they're toads. Or possibly tree frogs, although it's a little late in the season for tree frogs. It's early.
At first, all he heard was frogs and the rain tapping on his tarp. But as night fell, the atmosphere changed, rain started leaking into his tent, temperatures dropped, and it became uncomfortable. Then, something suddenly darted past his tent.
It's gotta be a rain alarm for the airport right over there. I've heard that before when I've been camping in the vicinity while it was raining. And they're like, oh God! Something just ran by the tent. It was the lights in my eyes, I couldn't see anything. Had to have been a deer. Whew! I saw like movement and this lights in my eyes. It must have come like right down a hill here and ran across. Oh man.
It moved quickly, too silently to be a deer. He never saw what it was, but it left him feeling uneasy. Just like that, the calm vanished. 2 people were driving along a forest road in the Baltimore woods when they started hearing strange growls and rustling in the trees. Curious, they got out to check, but the mood quickly grew eerie. They ended up recording what they claimed was a bipedal creature, something they believed could be Bigfoot.
Go real slow, but don't get out. No, do not get out.
In the video, the figure is hard to make out, but it was all they managed to capture since they were too shocked and rushed to keep filming. Whether it was really Bigfoot or not is impossible to say for sure. What you think? Do you believe their story? Liliana, a woman from Chile, caught something unusual on camera while filming the ocean. The video shows a few shapes sliding just under the waves. Some folks say it's probably whales, but others swear the forms looked almost human, like mermaids. It gets even creepier because the clip was shot right after a big earthquake off Russia's coast. Some wonder if something ancient was stirred up beneath the sea. Deep in the forest, a group of hikers came across something that stopped them cold, a massive snakeskin over 10 meters long. Even stranger, a skull was carefully placed at the end of it. Some thought it might belong to a mythical creature, but most figured someone had set it up. And that didn't make it any less creepy. Who would do that? Where did they get the snakeskin and skull? And why? The hikers recorded it out of fascination, but left shortly after. It was just too weird. The clip comes from a man who snapped a photo while exploring the woodlands near his home. Without realizing it, he had captured what many only dream of seeing, the legendary Bigfoot. In the image, just in front of the trees, stands an 8 to 9 foot tall creature covered in dark fur, staring directly at the camera. Some insist it's Bigfoot, while skeptics argue it's a hoax, either digitally edited or someone in a costume. What do you think, real or fake? A man recorded this while walking through the woods late at night. Ahead of him, a strange humanoid figure appeared. Though it looked nothing like a human, he stood still, then slowly moved closer. Just as he approached, the footage ended. This leaves questions. What was it, and why did the recording stop? He likely survived since the video exists, but what exactly did he encounter? Some in the paranormal community believe it was a jinn, a supernatural being in Islamic mythology known for shape-shifting and magical powers. Jinn are said to exist parallel to humans, unseen in daily life, and can be unpredictable or even dangerous. What do you think? Two men went to explore an abandoned sewer tunnel, hoping to find something unusual, but when they arrived, a locked mesh gate blocked the way. As they lingered by the entrance, eerie sounds started echoing from deep within. Some think it could have been an animal trapped inside, while others believe it was something far darker, maybe not even human. On the night of August 3rd, 2025, in Newtown, Masset, British Columbia, a woman heard chilling screams coming from outside her home. She grabbed her phone and recorded the unsettling sounds. It was her very first post about anything supernatural, and she hasn't shared anything like it since. Some believe the chilling sounds came from Bigfoot, while others think it could have been a wild cat or even a person. Whatever it was, it had to be terrifying to hear that night. In Indonesia, a man was relaxing at home when his dogs suddenly went crazy, barking toward the road like they had sensed something. When he went outside, there was nothing in sight. Later, he checked his security cameras, and what showed up on the footage gave him chills. A ghostly shape showed up on the street and walked by twice. He ruled out a camera malfunction. His own reflection looked sharp on the footage, and he hadn't seen anything when he went outside. So what exactly did his dogs and the camera pick up that day? Someone shared footage of a bizarre white creature swimming in a fish tank. At first, it looks like some sort of toe, but it has an oddly human-like face with tiny eyes and a mouth. Some say it's a mutated amphibian or genetic anomaly. Others think it could be a species we've never seen, and a few suggest it's evidence of extraterrestrial life. A man was out on the open ocean, the sun shining and waves gently rocking his boat, when he noticed something unusual, a disturbance in the water with something large moving beneath the surface. The man filming believes the disturbance in the water is something large, convinced he spotted the legendary Loch Ness Monster, typically said to live in Scotland's Loch Ness. The idea of seeing it in the ocean is both thrilling and baffling. Others suggest a more mundane explanation, like a submarine moving stealthily beneath the surface, or that the man is exaggerating and it's just normal flowing water. Someone living out in the woods checked their backyard security camera and spotted something that gave them the chills. A towering, pale figure emerged from the darkness, dressed in black and standing close to 8 or 9 feet tall, its glowing eyes giving it an eerie, unnatural vibe. By the next day, there wasn't a single trace left behind. No tracks, no footprints, nothing. The homeowner considered it might have been a prank, but with no neighbors around, that didn't seem likely. So what could it have been? Angels are traditionally seen as divine beings with luminous appearances and wings. This footage has emerged showing a collection of glowing objects in the night sky. Unlike previously seen glowing orbs, these were oddly shaped and moved slowly in a mesmerizing way. The video raises questions. Were these truly angels observing us, or something else entirely? What are your thoughts? This summer, a man went camping solo in the Sierra Nevadas. He set up his camp, lit a fire, and recorded a quick video to let his girlfriend know he was ready for the night. The video didn't reach her until the next morning, and that's when she spotted something unusual. Just past the fire pit, 2 faint glowing eyes appeared. He hadn't noticed anything that night, though he admitted he hadn't felt entirely alone. Seeing the eyes finally up close terrified him. What was silently watching him, and was he in danger? Late at night, a man went to a parking lot to grab his car, but as he got closer, something made him stop dead in his tracks.
Nampakan.
There was someone in a white sheet just standing still inside the tent, completely silent. Nobody else was around. He grabbed his phone to film it since no one would believe him, then ran to his car, totally freaked out. One night around 11 p.m., a family got a motion alert from their indoor security camera. They weren't home at the time, but when they checked the footage, what they saw left them really shaken. The camera caught a little kid wandering through the yard, right past the living room window. The place is way out in the woods, no neighbors around, and nowhere close to a road. The kid looked like they were limping, holding their lower back like something was wrong. The family checked the news, thinking maybe a child had gone missing nearby, but nothing ever turned up. To this day, they still have no idea what that was about. A man was walking through his neighborhood when he noticed something strange and decided to quietly record it. The creature looked like a small ape, but he said no animals like that lived in the area. So, he posted a video online asking for opinions, but no one could explain it. Do you have any idea what it might be? In this clip, the camera is set up in a forested area surrounded by tall, lush trees. As the video plays, a figure comes into view a short distance away. It's estimated to be 10 to 12 feet tall, dark, and covered in hair, closely resembling the legendary Bigfoot. The figure walks steadily down the trail, expressionless and seemingly unaffected by its surroundings. This raises the question, was this a real Bigfoot encounter, or just someone in a well-made costume meant to imitate the creature? Dee went into the forest one night with just a flashlight and a camera. The path seemed clear at first, but on her way back, something felt wrong, so she quickly turned and left. Later, while watching her footage, she saw a dark, shadowy figure partly hidden behind a tree. Some say it's Bigfoot, others think it's a person, but either way, it's really creepy. Here's an unusual sight, a cat with 2 tails. While this can happen due to a birth defect, what's strange is that the cat casts no shadow despite the light around it. The ground beneath stays clear. This unusual detail raises suspicion, with some calling it a hoax, and others wondering if it's something unexplained. What do you think? A hiker was enjoying his walk when he suddenly noticed 2 strange figures he couldn't identify. He zoomed in and recorded them. One looked like an animal on all 4s, moving calmly, while behind it was a hunched figure on 2 legs, moving unnaturally. Its movements didn't match any known human or animal. Oddly, the animal didn't seem scared or aware. If it felt danger, it probably would have run. Some think the second figure could be a shapeshifter or a skinwalker, while others say it's just a person in unusual clothing. The weird movements and low video quality make it hard to know for sure. When the dam in Kakhovka burst, it didn't just cause massive flooding, it also revealed something unsettling hidden below. When the water went down, skulls started showing up on the reservoir floor. They weren't recent. They dated back to the World War II Battle of Dnipro. They'd been buried under mud for decades until now. A pretty eerie discovery. While capturing the serene beauty of mountain greenery, a man spotted something unexpected. A creature resembling Bigfoot moving across an open field. He shared the footage, claiming it was a personal encounter with Bigfoot. However, on closer inspection, the figure looks too human. Its body size, movement, and muscle structure suggest it's likely just a person in a costume. A young conservation worker was patrolling a state forest late at night when she found something unsettling. Hanging from a tree in a restricted area was a complete deer skeleton. It wasn't just the bones that scared her, it was that the spot was nearly 10 miles in, locked behind a gate that only a few staff had keys to. Someone had gone all that way just to hang it there. It felt less like a prank and more like a warning. What began as a normal hike to a waterfall took a weird turn when a hiker ran into a creepy-looking man on the trail.
Okay guys, I'm on a little hike right now, and just let's set the scene right here. Really fucking creepy. But there's this one man that's walking on this trail, and I'm like, this is really weird and creepy. And I pass him, and he's like, excuse me, sir, do you know when you're gonna... Already, I'm like, this is not the time or place to have this conversation. So I'm like, he's like, I don't want to see in the news, like, you falling off the waterfall, because it's like a hike to the waterfall. So I'm already like sketched out.
The man told him not to end up in the news for falling off the waterfall, which was odd since the spot wasn't risky at all. Feeling uneasy, the hiker left the trail right away. While overseeing mountain renovations, a man spotted a figure at the peak, seemingly acting as an unexpected foreman. Zooming in, he realized it was the legendary Bigfoot, standing tall and looking grumpy. Since Bigfoot typically lives in mountains, it seemed the construction crew had unknowingly disturbed its home. The creature's stance clearly showed displeasure, and Bigfoot enthusiasts warned the workers, though they weren't taken seriously. Thankfully, despite its grumpiness, this Bigfoot had no interest in harming anyone, like many others reported worldwide. A group of friends was hiking near Escondido Falls in Malibu when they spotted a creepy, dark statue by a private house's gate. It seemed like it was watching them. They shrugged it off as strange yard art and kept going. But on their way back that night, things got terrifying. The same figure was now standing across the road. And then, before they could even react, something happened.
My mama's late.
They ran off, completely terrified, without daring to look back. A helicopter flying over a glacier captured this unusual sight.
Oh my.
At first, it looks like dirt coming out of the glacier, but it's actually water gushing like a powerful fountain. Glaciers contain hidden rivers that flow through natural ice tunnels called vesicles. These rivers travel deep, building immense pressure, and sometimes burst to the surface in spectacular displays. In this video, the fountain shoots about 20 feet high and cascades roughly 200 feet to the base below, showing both the beauty and incredible power of nature. While hiking through the desert at night, a hiker turned on a black light to scan the dark surroundings, and what they saw was anything but calm, a large scorpion. Without the black light, they wouldn't have spotted it, and things could have turned dangerous quickly. They kept walking, now much more alert to what was around them. While hiking in the Indonesian jungle, this man came across a massive reticulated python.
I can't let this guy go because he will mess me up.
Known as the real Tarzan online, he's a seasoned wildlife enthusiast used to situations like this. Given his experience, he likely knew exactly what he was doing, but it's still a tense and nerve-wracking moment. A hiker captured a strange photo on a sunny day in the woods, showing what looks like a large primate sitting on a log staring down at its leg. He said he took the picture so people would believe him, but never revealed the exact location. While the image looks convincing, there's always the chance it could have been staged. In October 2020, someone on Facebook recorded a short video while on vacation in Bend, Oregon. A few months later, while casually going through their photos and videos, they spotted something creepy. For a brief moment, a dark figure pops up in the background. It wasn't visible while filming, and the spot was an open field. No trees, no shadows, no one else around. Oddly, their dog Maui seemed really interested in it. Some think it was just a shadow or a tree stump, but the person insists there was nothing there. Even now, the clip still sends shivers down their spine. Despite some claims, this isn't a mystical creature, it's a leopard seal. Leopard seals are powerful predators with sleek, spotted bodies and excellent hunting skills. They live in the cold waters around Antarctica, where they are top hunters. Their torpedo-shaped bodies and strong jaws with sharp teeth make them well-suited for icy life. They primarily eat fish, squid, and krill, but also hunt penguins and other seals. What do you think it was? In Canada, a family found large tracks made by something big with huge feet, likely Bigfoot. At first, they thought it was a one-time sighting, but tracks kept appearing over different seasons, showing the creature lived nearby. Eventually, a family member saw Bigfoot in full view. Despite this, they stayed, with one member even throwing stones at it, claiming they weren't afraid. Would you have stayed or moved? Alex and her friend were making a TikTok in the woods when they spotted something weird. If you look closely, something slides behind a tree next to the girl. Nobody's sure if it's just a light trick or something more mysterious, like a ghost or creature. While hiking in the woods, someone took a quick photo with their dog, not realizing what was in the shot until later. In the background, a dark figure with glowing eyes is visible. Many people pointed out that no trained retriever would stay calm with something like that behind them. The origin of the photo is still unknown, and the mystery hasn't been solved. Someone living deep in the woods started hearing eerie noises echoing from the forest. The sound moved east in short bursts, stopping and changing spots about 4 times before going silent. At first, they thought it might be a drone, but something didn't feel right. Later, someone suggested it was just a male cicada making mating calls, but after hearing cicada recordings, viewers weren't convinced. What do you think might be making those sounds? One afternoon, a man cleaning his backyard lifted some old logs and found something unexpected in the dirt. A strange creature. It had a rodent-like body, but no visible eyes, just a nose, mouth, and 2 prominent lower teeth. This wasn't an alien, it was a blind mole rat. These creatures are perfectly adapted to life underground, navigating tunnels using their sense of smell and touch. Their lack of eyes and strong digging teeth make them ideal for subterranean living. It's unclear why this one was in the man's backyard, but it was certainly a remarkable sight. While on the beach, a person noticed a pale creature crawling on its hands and feet, waddling along the shoreline with eerie, unsettling movements. The observer hid and remained unnoticed, but the creature's appearance and behavior have sparked speculation. Some think it's a bloodthirsty monster. Others suggest it could be a rake. Without more information, its identity and intentions remain unknown. At exactly 2:54 a.m., a Ring camera caught something the owner still can't explain. A strange light appeared in the field, shifting shapes before silently disappearing into the night. At first, it might look like a bug, but compared to the insects in the footage, it moved completely differently. There's also a road just to the right, yet no cars, headlights, or reflections were seen. So, what do you think they captured that night? Share your thoughts in the comments. This video was shared on the Reddit page Mystery Man. One late evening, a group of people were outside enjoying the calm when they suddenly noticed something unusual. A strange cluster of lights hovered silently in the sky. Their pattern didn't match any plane, drone, or satellite. The lights stayed for a few seconds, then moved quickly, leaving everyone baffled by what they had just seen. A group of friends on a speedboat noticed something unusual skimming the water. At first, they thought it was a bird, but it was moving too strangely. As they got closer, they realized it was a flying fish, gliding above the waves with speed and grace. Flying fish can leap out of the water and glide short distances using their long, wing-like fins to escape predators before splashing back down. Who would have thought? Monkeys swimming in a river. This one was seen doing the backstroke, revealing a hidden talent many didn't know about. It's normal for this species, showing they can break stereotypes and surprise us with unexpected skills. While walking their husky, someone noticed something strange sticking out of a hedge. At first, they thought it was a small animal, but as they got closer, they saw what looked like a long, human-like hand. Not quite a child's, not quite an adult's. Their usually brave dog suddenly backed away. The person took a photo, but when they stepped closer, the hand quickly slipped back into the bushes. Most people online say it was probably a raccoon, but they're sure it wasn't. The eyes in the leaves didn't look like a raccoon's. Whatever it was, it freaked out both the person and the dog. Footage of a bizarre sky pattern has sparked online debate. The uploader says it's real. Some claim it's an alien craft entering the atmosphere or a portal to another dimension, while others think it's a simulation glitch. Skeptics say it's CGI or simply ice crystals on a window creating an illusion. What do you think? Back in 2012, someone went camping north of Turlock, California, with their family and snapped a photo of an old barn using a Sony CyberShot. When they later looked through the pictures, they spotted a strange figure near the barn they didn't remember seeing at the time. People online argued it might be Bigfoot, while the poster guessed it could be a ghost. A passenger recording a late-night drive through a tree-lined area slowed when they spotted a dark creature among the trees. Poor lighting makes it hard to ID. Some in the paranormal community think it's a skunk ape. Others say it's just a black bear. The footage shows the animal's size and movement, but low light can make things look different. What do you think? One morning, a couple staying in a remote cabin in rural Kentucky woke up to find strange footprints on their porch.
That is a weird fucking print.
That's what I'm saying. And it's about your foot size, but...
You can see the bones in their foot. And yeah, these don't have any pointies.
One morning, a couple in a remote Kentucky cabin woke to find odd footprints on their porch. They were a bit larger than a woman's size 7.5 and ended after just 2 steps. People debated the source, raccoon, black bear, or something stranger, pointing out the prints had a defined arch and tapered toes, unlike typical animal tracks. The marks later vanished and were blamed on a water stain, but whatever crossed that porch that morning stayed a little mystery. A group of friends was staying in a secluded house deep in the woods when something eerie grabbed their attention.
En el pilastrón. ¿Qué? En el pilastrón. En el pilastrón está él, güey. Ay, cabrón. Ahí está. No mames, güey. Lo estoy viendo, güey. Bestia. ¿Es él? No, ¿o es sombra, güey? Se está moviendo, se está moviendo, se está moviendo, güey. Es una sombra, es una sombra. Es él, güey. ¡Ah! No.
They spotted a strange figure peering at them from behind a nearby pole, leaving them visibly shaken. Their fear is clear in the video, but who or what were they really looking at that day? While visiting a scenic recreation park in Guatemala, a family walked along a long forest trail. At the end, a park ranger told them a creepy story. One night, he heard dogs howling oddly and decided to record the area. Later, when he watched the footage at home, he was shocked by what he saw. In the distance, a figure dressed in white appears, followed by a chilling cry that cuts through the silence. Whether real or not, the footage left the family deeply shaken. Some kids were playing outside when a creature started emerging from the background, heading toward them. They didn't notice it until it was a few meters away, prompting one child to call out, and they all ran to safety. Slowed down footage shows a humanoid figure walking on 2 feet, moving slowly like a zombie, with a face that doesn't look fully human. Many believe it's just a hoax, possibly a prank by a parent. What do you think? While staying in a remote cabin deep in the mountains of Mazamitla, Jalisco, this person spotted something unsettling. A humanoid figure silently watching from behind a car. Whether it was someone stalking them, a prank, or something more mysterious is unknown. Naturally, they didn't try to check what or who was hiding there. In this video, a majestic creature with bat-like wings and horns soars through the sky. A dragon-like being, straight out of legend. Its appearance challenges what is known about the world. Could this be real, or is it a hoax? While hiking in the South Carolina woods, this guy noticed something unusual far off in the distance. He saw dark, fast-moving figures darting through the trees and couldn't believe his eyes at first. Turns out, the mystery was quickly explained. 43 monkeys had escaped from a nearby research facility. Luckily, no one was hurt and no attacks were reported. Late one night on a secluded farm, a farmer was awakened by a commotion among his animals. Heading to investigate under the moonlight, he encountered a peculiar creature resembling an emaciated baboon with unkempt, tangled fur, hopping in a disoriented or frightened manner. Unsure of its identity, whether a lost animal or something more mysterious, he posted the footage online. Some thought it was a baboon, others an otherworldly being. What do you think it is? Share in the comments. One night, a guy let his dog out, and it suddenly went off barking at the neighbor's yard. Wondering what was up, he looked over and froze in place. Shaken, he backed away and went inside. Later, he shared the footage online. Some people guessed it was just a Halloween decoration, but that's never been proven. Since the camera didn't catch any movement, no one can say for sure if it was real or just a prop. Security camera footage captured an ape-like creature trying to cross the street at night. While it avoided human eyes, the camera caught it clearly. Unlike most Bigfoot sightings, this one moves incredibly fast for its size, with eerily human-like motions. Its purpose is unknown, perhaps searching for food, but encountering it at night would be unsettling. Could this be real or a hoax? Share your thoughts. In 2018, a woman in Boone, North Carolina, spotted something unusual at the edge of her property near the National Forest. A photo shows a tall, hairy figure standing in her backyard, clearly visible. The sighting only deepened the ongoing mystery of Bigfoot in the region. In this footage, a third deer suddenly appears out of nowhere, almost like a character spawning in a video game. Some in the paranormal community suggest it could be an animal spirit, though the timing and visibility to multiple people make that questionable. Others think it's a glitch in the Matrix simulation, or an optical illusion caused by perspective. Some believe the footage is simply edited. What do you think? In Alaska, a wildlife photographer encountered a strange creature in the woods. After hearing unusual noises, he spotted a pale creature with a hunched back moving deeper into the forest. Only the back was visible, leaving its identity uncertain. It could be a rake, though the movement seems unusual, or perhaps a skinwalker. A woman was out for a quiet walk when something strange caught her eye high in a tree. Too scared to get closer, she took a photo from a distance. The figure looked covered in hair, with long, dangling arms, and a head that seemed too big for a human. Maybe it was just a doll, or maybe a person, both pretty creepy to find in the woods. But maybe, just maybe, it was a small Bigfoot, or could it be some other animal? During a heavy rain, someone recorded the storm on camera. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning struck the ground with a deafening thunderclap, and from the flash emerged a floating, glowing entity. The glowing entity floated in the air, and it scared the person filming enough that they ran back home. Nobody knows exactly what it was. Maybe an angel or some kind of being that came through a lightning-created portal. A group was live streaming at an old cemetery when they caught something unusual on camera.
Like level out. Does it say so?
The graveyard, full of worn tombstones, looked quiet at first, but as the camera moved, a semi-transparent figure suddenly flashed across the screen from right to left, moving so fast it was hard to notice. None of the crew saw it happen live. Some viewers later suggested it might have been someone's cold breath, but it looked thicker, more defined, like it had shape and movement. Whatever it was, it didn't seem like just cold air. Something was definitely there. From a distance in the wilderness, a slender figure was spotted. It looked like it was wearing a robe with an oddly shaped head, ears sticking out like Yoda from Star Wars. Some think it could be something mysterious, while others say it's just the brain playing tricks. What do you think? Somewhere in Colombia, a fisherman felt like he was being watched and spotted a massive creature staring at him. When he realized he saw it, the creature ran into the woods. He chased it but lost sight, and when he returned, he found huge footprints in the sand, about 12 inches long and 5 inches wide, way bigger than any humans. Many believe it could only be Bigfoot. Explorer Carpenter was in the woods and felt like he was being watched. He managed to film a large white-haired creature hiding among the trees. After reviewing it, he thought it might be Bigfoot. While white Bigfoots aren't confirmed, only the snow-dwelling Yeti, this sighting wasn't in a snowy area. Without more evidence, it's hard to say for sure. Some think it's Bigfoot. While exploring the oldest part of the Alpine Utah Cemetery, a camper snapped some photos. At first, they thought about deleting them, but their mother spotted something odd. In one picture, there's a ghostly figure of a woman looking down, with what appears to be a child peeking from behind her dress. Could the camera have captured two ghosts in a single shot? A creature was freed from ice, and what appeared to be an Ice Age animal looked more like a blue, baby-faced figure with adult-like arms and legs, like something out of Game of Thrones. Online, some claimed it was an ancient relic, others said it was cosmic in origin, while skeptics called it a Photoshop hoax. Whether real or fake, it's a wild mystery that's hard to verify. This trail cam image shows a dark, broad-shouldered creature that looks like it could be Bigfoot playing peekaboo. It might also be a large gorilla or some undiscovered animal, but without more evidence, it's hard to say for sure. An image captured by an unknown man appears to show a young girl looking back at the camera from behind a tree. While it could seem like a child playing hide and seek, the photographer believes it's a ghost of a girl who in that forest years ago and hasn't found peace. Some speculate the photo might be old and the girl was alive when taken, which would make the ghost story false. The image remains intriguing and mysterious. This confusing trail cam image shows what looks like a panther with white tusks and a translucent figure beside it. At first glance, it might resemble a saber-toothed tiger, but on closer look, some think it could just be the panther's backside. Could it be an otherworldly creature, or just a poor shot affected by lighting and environment? What's your take? This confusing trail cam image shows what looks like a panther with white tusks and a translucent figure beside it. At first glance, it might resemble a saber-toothed tiger, but on closer look, some think it could just be the panther's backside. Could it be an otherworldly creature, or just a poor shot affected by lighting and environment? A trail camera snapped 3 pics of a spot in the woods. The first 2 look normal, but in the third, there's a big furry figure behind the trees. Could be a bear, wolf, gorilla, or just a shadow, but the owner thinks it's Bigfoot. What do you think, real or just a false alarm? Birds usually get spooked easily, so it's weird that this little bird hopped onto a rider's bike in the woods. Maybe it was sending a message, like reminding the cyclist that the forest isn't theirs. Or maybe it just liked the bike. Who knows what was going through that bird's mind? There's an age-old hollow earth theory, and these guys might have found a clue. On an expedition, they discovered a strange hole in the ice and lowered a camera in. Instead of more ice, it revealed dry ground underneath. When the footage went online, some saw it as proof of a hidden world inside Earth. Others think it's just a natural quirk. And the location, however, remains a secret. A guy ended up on a dark trail and immediately felt something was off. At first, the creature looked like a mountain lion, but it was way longer than one and moved on all fours like a person. Without actually looking human. Some think it's a skinwalker, and even the person who filmed it seems to believe the local legends might be true. What do you think? Skinwalker or something else? About 20 years ago, a friend retrieved an old trail camera from a remote area in northern Indiana. When he developed the film, one photo stood out. It showed a strange, semi-transparent white blur in the center. Some thought it looked like a ghostly figure or paranormal mist, while others guessed it was just something moving fast during the camera flash. One person even suggested it could be a bat in mid-flight, pointing out faint wing patterns. To this day, no one knows for sure what the camera captured that night. Security footage from a backyard captured something unsettling. The night starts calm, but soon a tall, pale figure emerges from the darkness. Standing around 8 to 9 feet, dressed in black with glowing eyes, it dwarfs the nearby trees. Could it be a wandering zombie, given its clothing, or something else entirely? Its height is definitely not human. A Reddit user was checking out an abandoned armory alone when they found something really creepy. A fresh, human-sized hole, deep enough to bury someone. The place was remote, overgrown, and impossible to get to by car. They called the police, who at first just suggested it might be someone digging for relics. But soon, investigators started calling back, asking if anyone had been around or touched anything, and said they were putting up trail cameras. The user was told not to go back, and there haven't been any updates since. A trail cam captured a puzzling image of what looks like a deer, but instead of a normal head, it seems to have something glowing, like a lamp on its head. Some suggest it might actually be its head naturally glowing, making it a potentially spiritual deer. Experts who've reviewed the image think it's authentic, but explaining a glowing-faced deer is tough. This trail cam capture shows a wild animal with strange eyes and a horn pointing the wrong way. Some viewers think it could be a mutated deer or part of a government experiment, but it looks more like a sick deer in need of help. What's your take? One night, a woman out for a walk spotted something strange in the sky and started recording. She captured a faint, eerie light behind the clouds that seemed to shift and move. Almost like it was alive. It wasn't a plane, a helicopter, a star, or the moon. Some suggest it could be a UFO. Others think it's a rare natural phenomenon like ball lightning. A guy had a trail cam set up deep in the woods, and when he checked the footage, he was shocked by what it caught. Some people online insisted it was just a black bear because of the fur, paws, and the way it moved. Others thought it looked more like a dogman crawling around on all fours. The video sparked a lot of debate, but no one could say for sure. Whatever it was, it left everyone wondering what's really out there in those woods at night. This trail cam footage shows a group of deer at night with glowing eyes, likely from the camera's reflection. But in the distance, there's a strange light that looks like a human head wrapped in something transparent. Some think it could be a UFO or an apparition. Without more context, it's hard to say. Late one night in Laguna Niguel, a man was walking home when he saw something unbelievable. Under a streetlight stood a strange, see-through figure in dark clothes, barely visible, but definitely there. Startled, he took a quick photo before running home. When he showed it to his neighbor, they were just as shocked and shared it online, hoping for answers. Some believe it was a ghost, while others think the photo was edited. A Reddit user shared their experience visiting the abandoned village at Watch Reservation in New Jersey with family, walking past the old Wilcox and Badgley Cemetery. They said the air suddenly felt heavier, like something was off. They took a few quick photos and moved on, but later noticed something in the pictures. A person standing clearly between the trees. They swear no one was there when the photo was taken. Did they capture something from the past lingering near the cemetery? Or did they just miss someone quietly walking in the woods? This trail cam shot shows a white or gray animal with its back to the camera, surrounded by coiled branches in a green landscape. It looks like a cat, but the exact species is unclear. It could be a wild or domestic cat. Without clearer details, it's hard to identify. So what do you think it is? During a cave exploration, a man noticed a strange fossil, a saucer-shaped object embedded in rock. Experts reportedly confirmed it was a UFO buried for over 5 million years. The discovery sparked curiosity online, though credible sources can't confirm it, and the UFO seems unusually small, unless the aliens were tiny. One foggy morning in the Pacific Northwest, a woman was out for a hike when she spotted a tall, dark figure on an old logging road. She froze as it slipped off the trail and disappeared into the thick brush. She managed to grab her phone and take a quick photo before it was gone. Looking back, she thinks it might have been Bigfoot, whether it was real or just the fog messing with her eyes. The quiet and the sighting still stick with her. Around 11 p.m. in Kentucky, someone was watching the sky from their balcony. The night was quiet and the sky clear until they heard a strange, sharp whistle just 20 to 30 feet away. Local superstition says, never whistle at night and never answer if you hear one. The area was completely still. No people, no movement, just that single whistle echoing through the trees. When they looked toward the sound, they saw something odd in the bushes. It could have been just shadows or a trick of the eye, but something about it didn't feel right. So the question is, was it just a coincidence, or was something or someone out there? A firefighter snapped this photo right after putting out a blaze, just wanting a shot of his buddy by the truck. But when they looked at it, something unexpected showed up, a mysterious figure standing right next to him. The odd part? His colleague swears he was completely alone at the time. Even stranger, the figure looks a lot like a former teammate who had passed away from cancer. Some think it's just smoke or lightning, but others believe they might have actually caught a glimpse of their fallen friend. A hiker was out on a trail he knew well when he spotted something chilling. At the far end stood a dark figure, not moving at all. From where he was, it looked kind of human, but with no clear features. Spooked, he didn't walk any closer. Later, he zoomed in on the photo and adjusted the filters. The shape became clearer. Arms, a head, standing upright. But even then, it didn't look like a normal person. So, what did he really capture on that trail? Somewhere in the middle of nowhere, someone managed to capture this footage. A mysterious triangular craft hovers silently above a mountain. Suddenly, a bright beam of light shoots down, illuminating the mountaintop before the craft zips away into the sky within seconds. With its shape, beam, and incredible speed, it certainly looks otherworldly, leaving questions about its purpose and sudden departure unanswered. In this footage, a slanted line of bright clouds stretches across the sky. A beautiful sight, yet a little unsettling. While it could simply be a natural display, humans have long linked extraordinary events to apocalyptic ideas. It's best to admire the beauty without assuming the worst. A man and his buddy were out on a calm autumn hike when his friend took a photo on a small bridge. Later, they noticed something creepy. Up in the top right corner, partly hidden in the trees, was a figure. The guy in the picture had no clue anything was there, just a few feet away. It left them wondering, was someone quietly watching them from the woods the whole time? A trail camera captured an image of a humanoid, dog-like creature covered in white fur emerging from the woods at night. It stands upright on its hind legs, resembling an albino dog man. While costumes or CGI hoaxes exist, the details and posture in this image give it a sense of authenticity. Is it real, a cryptid, or just a hoax? At first, it might look like an AI-generated monster or a horror movie poster, but it's actually a close-up of an ant. Normally tiny and unnoticed, this magnified view makes it look almost alien. Its face, mandibles, and structure give it a monstrous, sci-fi appearance, something you'd expect on another planet, not in your backyard. It's amazing how something so small can look so terrifying up close. At first, the footage just looks like a normal blue sky, but if you look closer, something weird pops in and out, moving back and forth randomly. It might seem like a cloud, but it moves way too fast for that. Could it be some kind of ghostly figure? A group of hikers was walking through a quiet field when they noticed a few dark, human-shaped figures standing by a wooden fence. They looked like they were dressed in black, but it was too far to tell. When the hikers looked again, the figures were gone. Nearby, they found an old abandoned building where a light flickered for a moment, even though there was no power. As they kept going and glanced back, the shadowy shapes were there again, this time under a tree. The whole field felt eerie, but maybe it was just other people. A man parked by the road noticed a big truck driving past with a saucer-shaped object strapped to it. Could it be a UFO? The shape does match the classic UFO look, but it might also be something more ordinary, like industrial gear, a wind turbine part, a sculpture, or even a movie prop. Without more info, it's tough to tell. A man was out walking his dog through a quiet patch of woods when he came across something unsettling. In the middle of the clearing was an upside-down pentagram, surrounded by seashells, red and white candles, and scattered bones, all carefully arranged like some kind of ritual setup. Whoever made it clearly put effort into it. Whether it was an actual shrine, a creepy art project, or just a prank, no one really knows. Strangely enough, the next time he passed through, the whole thing had vanished. In July 2016, a friend's motion-activated camera snapped a strange photo on a rural property in Virginia. Even though it was daylight and the other photos taken before and after were in color, this one appeared in black and white. The nearest neighbors were elderly and lived about 2 miles away, and the closest town was a 45-minute drive. No other cameras in the area caught the woman seen in the photo, and a pool camera confirmed no one was swimming, ruling out skinny dipping. The mysterious image still unnerves them. At first, the footage looks like some kind of wraith in the middle of the night, but it's actually just a guy in a ghillie suit, military camouflage that helps you blend into nature. The trail cam probably caught him in a training area, which is why it looked so creepy. The person who filmed it thought it might be something supernatural at first, but it turns out there's a pretty simple, down-to-earth explanation. A passenger on a flight managed to capture something really intriguing on camera while looking out at the sky. A passenger noticed a saucer-shaped object approaching from a distance, looking just like the classic UFOs we've seen in movies and stories. As the mysterious craft got closer, it passed by without interacting with the plane at all. It's interesting how UFOs are almost always imagined with that iconic saucer shape. If this were really an alien vehicle, wouldn't its occupants try to communicate or at least acknowledge a nearby human? Either way, the sighting raises more questions than answers. Back in November 2021, a group was night hiking in upstate New York when they stopped to snap a quick photo in a grassy field. Later on, while going through the pictures, they noticed a strange figure hidden in the tall grass. Curious, they came back in daylight to check it out, assuming it might have been a scarecrow, but the field was empty. No scarecrow, no footprints, nothing. Some people think it could have just been a farmer, but being out there in the cold and total darkness doesn't really make sense. A trail camera in a cornfield captured 2 glowing orbs among the plants. The lights were so clear that the owner, puzzled, posted the image to find answers. Some suggested distant headlights, but the nearest road is too far for that. Others think the orbs could be part of a global phenomenon or extraterrestrial, while some believe they are otherworldly creatures crossing into our world. Theories are many, but the truth may be just one. A wildlife cam set up at a cabin near Fairplay, Colorado, caught something unusual a few nights ago. The motion sensor went off, and the footage shows a tall, dark figure in the top right corner of the frame. No other animals were around, and the shape looked wider and darker than the nearby trees, standing upright. Locals aren't sure what to make of it. Maybe a bear, maybe just a shadow, or maybe something stranger. A man hiking in the woods came across a bizarre rock formation glowing red hot with smoke seeping out. There were no visible flames. One explanation could be underground coal or peat deposits igniting spontaneously, burning slowly for years.
Check this out. There's a fire inside the rocks. Dude, those rocks are glowing red.
I want to see.
Another possibility is geothermal activity heating the rocks until they glow and emit smoke. On a more fantastical note, some might jokingly call it a gateway to hell. A Reddit user posted a photo from Riverview Park that seemed to show a Bigfoot-like figure over the water. The post blew up right away, but it also got plenty of skepticism. Since the park is in an urban area and the user had a background in digital art, many suspected it was just a prank. Photoshop experts picked apart the image, pointing out issues with the reflection and shadows. What first looked like a possible Bigfoot sighting soon came across as a likely hoax. A viral video shows a sunset with the moon rising, and the person filming claims a mechanical hand is moving the sun and replacing it with the moon. On the right side, an object seems to move near the sun, but the bright light makes it hard to tell. The filmer believes this shows advanced technology controlling celestial events instead of natural processes. This photo has been making the rounds online with little context. It looks like it came from a trail cam. Some say it's just a bear caught at an odd angle, while others are convinced it might be Bigfoot. With so little to go on, there's no clear answer. It's still a mystery. A creature initially thought to be a bear was spotted, but on closer look, it has horns and moves on all fours like a humanoid. Its identity is unknown, possibly a new cryptid, a Bigfoot variation, or a hybrid. A man hiking in the woods captured blurry footage of a tall, ape-like creature. From a distance, it went about its business, then stood up, revealing it was larger than expected. It seemed to notice him, but ignored him, and walked further into the woods, disappearing from sight. While out hiking, a man noticed a large black creature bathing in the water. At first, he assumed it was a bear and watched from a safe distance. He took a quick photo before leaving, but later, when he zoomed in, the figure didn't look like a bear at all. Its head was cone-shaped, and its body seemed more human-like. He never figured out what it was, but with just that one photo, many think it points straight to Bigfoot. A group of friends was exploring Black Canyon in Orange County when they took a photo they thought would be just a keepsake. But when they checked it later, something looked strange. In the shadows on the left, a faint figure of a young boy appeared. Even though they were certain they were alone, they were spooked and shared the photo in a paranormal group for answers. People in the comments agreed it wasn't a lighting mistake or the brain playing tricks. Something or someone was really there. While exploring an abandoned gold dredge, a man took several photos to capture the spooky atmosphere, not realizing what he had caught. In one image, on the left side, a strange face appears. It didn't show up in any of the other shots, and there were no reflections or particles to explain it. Some people say it's just pareidolia, but others think he captured something truly creepy. The photographer plans to return to the site to investigate, but for now, the face remains a mystery. While browsing properties, a Facebook user came across a creepy listing, an old house in California, priced at just $39,000. One photo caught their attention, a pale, hollow face in the frame. When they contacted the agent for clarification, that image was suddenly removed. The agent said many of the photos had unexplained ghostly figures. The user checked the image with editing software and found no edits. The face had no visible eyes, just deep sockets, sunken cheeks, and a high forehead. It looked like a woman, but not a living one. Since then, the house price has mysteriously tripled. A Facebook user posted an old photo of their mother-in-law and her cousin from Southport, Florida, taken in the early 1960s. In the picture, a faint, blurry figure can be seen between them. The user says it looked like a family member who had already passed away when the photo was taken. It stayed a quiet family mystery that everyone remembers. In November 2016, a small group went hiking in the dense forests of Bulgaria. They took a few photos along the way, like anyone would, but things got strange when they looked back at them. In the background of one photo, they spotted what looked like a gray alien figure hiding among the trees. They hadn't noticed anything unusual during the hike, but now they weren't so sure. Some say the photo could be fake, while others think it looks real. Trail cams are usually set up to capture wildlife and their interactions in forests and grasslands, but this one caught something unusual. At first, it looks like a regular bush, but on the left side, 3 glowing dots appear, like 3 eyes. Normally, trail cams pick up reflections from animals' eyes, showing 2 glowing eyes, but this shows 3. No known animal has 3 eyes. Could it be a paranormal creature or a deformed coyote? The former seems more likely, as a 3-eyed creature doesn't seem safe. What do you think? At a family get-together in Mexico, a happy photo was snapped to capture the moment, but when it was sent to a relative in the US, something weird showed up in the background, someone no one at the gathering recognized. Now the photo has a creepy mystery. Who or what was quietly watching during a family moment? The footage shows a mysterious figure that the uploader believes is a dementor, claiming it has been stalking them. Others speculate it might be a ghost or demon, but its true nature is unknown. In 2023, a woman went into the woods to look for her missing nephew. He had just left the hospital and was supposed to go home, but never made it. While walking through the forest, she felt like someone was watching her and started recording on her phone. At first, nothing seemed strange, but when she got home and watched the video, she saw something move quickly between the trees. Sadly, her nephew was never found, and that one short, silent moment is all she has. In 2019, footage from Brazil shows a peculiar pale and black creature interacting with a trail camera. Its look is otherworldly, though skeptics say it could be a hoax, someone in an elaborate costume or clever CGI. Still, given how vast the universe is, one can't help wondering if there's some truth to sightings like this. What do you think? While walking in the woods, a farmer came across the shriveled remains of a bear, now consumed by worms and insects. The scene highlights the natural cycle of life and nature's way of recycling organic matter. Though unsettling, the farmer courageously filmed it. Witnessing something like this would be unsettling and hard to process. It raises questions about what's real and what's being perceived, and it would likely stick in the mind for a while, sparking curiosity, fear, and fascination all at once. A hiker was exploring deep in the forest when he came across an old rusted car hidden among trees and overgrown brush. At first, he thought it was just abandoned, but then he remembered a missing person case from years earlier. The person had last been seen driving near that area and never came home. The hiker recorded a video and went home to look into it. It turned out the missing person had been driving a car very similar to the one he found. Whether authorities confirmed it is unclear. The fate of that person remains a mystery, but the hiker felt sure it was connected. The area around the car had a heavy, unsettling feeling. While out exploring the woods, a strange encounter unfolded. A creature was spotted in a Chinese valley. It crouched briefly, but quickly tried to escape the filming. Its reaction suggested it was aware, or at least uncomfortable, with being observed. Locals initially thought it was a Jiangshi, the hopping vampire of Chinese folklore, but its movements and timid behavior didn't match the stiff, relentless nature of that legend. The creature's emaciated frame, pale skin, luminous eyes, and jagged teeth bore an uncanny resemblance to Gollum from The Lord of the Rings, a character previously believed to be purely fictional. This sighting challenges perceptions of myth versus reality and leaves the question hanging. What exactly was encountered that day? A dog came across a severed paw in the woods. At first, some thought it might belong to a black bear, while others joked it could be from Bigfoot. Experts quickly dismissed that idea, and seasoned guides later confirmed it was definitely a bear paw. Two adventurers ventured into an abandoned mine shaft in the woods and captured something unexpected. In the darkness, a human-like creature on two legs with glowing eyes appeared, skinny and at least 6 feet tall, resembling a skinwalker. Their thrill-seeking adventure quickly turned unsettling. What do you think that creature in the dark is? Late one night near Nakusp, two women were driving back from Halfway Hot Springs when they pulled over by the highway around 9:30 p.m. As one stepped out, a deep, echoing howl broke the silence, sending her hurrying back into the car. Just moments later, a large black, fur-covered figure dashed across the road. It ran upright on two legs, far too tall and quick to be a bear. One of them managed to snap 2 photos right after it crossed. Shaken and unsettled, they drove off, unsure of what they had just seen. A group of teenagers went on a weekend getaway in the backcountry near remote forests in New York. While relaxing near their van, they saw something moving in the woods and panicked. Slowed-down footage shows a dark, furry creature walking on 2 legs until it dropped to all fours and started chasing them. The creature looks disturbingly human yet wild, making the chase intense and chilling. Was it Bigfoot, a dogman, or maybe a bear? Either way, it's a weekend these teens will never forget. Other entities are said to roam the earth, some blending in with humans. In this security footage, a person walking across the street suddenly begins disappearing from the legs upward until fully gone. What do you think it could be? A ghost, spirit, or perhaps a demon? During a visit to an animal park, tourists noticed a giraffe that at first seemed to be wearing a crown, as if challenging the lion's claim to the jungle throne. On closer inspection, they realized the giraffe had a growth or tumor on its head, with a noticeable hole in the center. This could be caused by a virus, infection, or birth defect. One can only hope the giraffe receives proper care. The Haunted Finders team returned to a long-abandoned church deep in the woods, known for paranormal activity. This time, they visited at night, and even before starting their investigation, they spotted something frightening outside.
Oh God, bloody hell.
It looks good, doesn't it?
What the flip was that?
What is it?
No, someone was... Hey, 1 minute. Someone was just standing up there. Someone was just standing up there.
Somebody there?
Someone was standing up there. I turned around as I was laughing, and someone was stood. See, there's a tree there, look. Do you know the tree that sort of goes up at an angle? Yeah. Someone was flipping stood next to that. It was a full, like, almost like a silhouette of someone. But I saw the legs and the bottom half of the body. Then, as I like doubled back, it wasn't there. I don't know. I don't know if I was filming that direction or if I was filming us. Were you pointing the action camera up there?
In that direction, I don't know if it's
I'd have to look over it, see if you was filming in that direction. Someone was literally standing where the angled tree is there, at the bottom of it.
see if he come back.
That's weird because that's like a almost vertical drop, so there ain't gonna be no one up there really.
Then, a disembodied woman's voice echoed through the darkness. Inside, they turned on their spear talker device, a tool they'd used on many previous investigations. That's when the responses started coming in.
Outside the church, I've got a device in my hand here that you can talk to us using. Whoa. Footsteps. Someone just flipping.
Wicked.
Wicked. Wicked. That was that cry again. Someone walked past here. Someone walked past this area here. And then there was a cry. There was another cry. Are you the one crying? Are you the one crying? Was that you? Was that you? Who the was that? There's someone outside the church. There's someone outside the church. I'm telling you right now, quick, get outside. Please tell me one of you heard that. Oh my God. I've got full goosebumps all over my body. I haven't for a long time got instant goosebumps, but my entire body then was like frozen.
My death was horrible.
What? My death was horrible.
If you don't mind us asking your name. My name is David.
I'm Tom.
Okay. You're just there to talk. Nothing
Chaos.
else.
Chaos.
What does it say?
Chaos.
That bit, that's them lights.
Why was it chaos? Was it to do with the
Something to do with the
Cromwell?
soldiers, yeah.
They heard creepy phrases like, "My death was horrible," talks of chaos, and mentions of soldiers, pointing to a dark past at the church. Research shows Oliver Cromwell's forces had once ransacked it, leaving behind a lot of trauma. Some of the voices hinted that a woman might have suffered back then, telling a tragic story still stuck in the walls. As they kept going, the voices got louder and more frequent, and they even recorded it on audio.
Did you hear that the whole time? Oh my, that was that voice again. That was that woman talking. Now you tell me you heard that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was a flipping woman. Yeah. You heard that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Clear speech.
Come on in.
Hold. Where did that come from, Kelly? This outside the church. That's what.
Outside the church.
We've heard you talk now a few times. David heard you outside the church. Please, come towards the device in my hands that can pick up your voice and tell us clearly what it is you're trying to say. Did something bad happen?
What the?
Please. Did something bad happen?
What the?
Please. Who's watching us?
What was that?
What was that?
What was that?
Someone don't want us here.
Whoever just tried to talk to us, we heard you. We heard you hissing and shouting whatever it was you tried to say. Please come and tell us who you are.
What?
Please come and tell us who you are.
What on earth?
We heard you. Is there somebody here that doesn't like us? We can say get out. We can say get out. Say go. We can say go.
weren't talking at the start. So all these responses that we're getting on EVP, that we're hearing with our own voice, I will enhance them the best I can. And hopefully figure out what some of them are saying.
At one point, they asked, "Are you hiding something?" and got a response from the spirit.
Why do you want us to get out? We haven't done anything wrong. We just want to talk. Have you got anything to hide?
The pit.
What? You just said if they've got anything to hide, it says the pit.
The pit.
What is the pit?
What the hell?
What's the pit? Where is it then? Where is the pit?
The pit.
Have you buried bodies in there?
What if it's like a mass burial?
The pit. That doesn't sound good to me.
No.
Is it?
It was right after you said, is there anything you want to hide?
Yeah. What are you hiding?
You tell us.
We know you're out there watching us.
By the end of the night, they were rattled but unharmed and headed back to their car. A video shows someone using a laser pointer to aim at a star in the sky. As the beam hits, surrounding stars seem to shift and then blink back into place.
Whoa! That was huge. Whoa!
The person recording believes they might be making contact with a UFO. This footage has sparked debates about the possibility of extraterrestrial life and whether communication with beings from other worlds is possible. A homeowner was awakened by his dog barking and scratching at the door, only to find an unusual creature peering through the glass. It resembled a canine, but had unfamiliar markings on its face. The footage was uploaded online, sparking divided opinions in the community. The encounter was unsettling, raising questions about the creature's identity and concerns for safety, as the dog stayed at a distance, clearly intimidated. A Reddit user was outside late at night when they spotted something unusual, a circular, disc-like object hovering silently among the clouds. Was it a UFO or a rare atmospheric phenomenon? The object stayed still for a while before disappearing into the night, leaving only questions behind. A couple visited the St. Augustine Lighthouse on a quiet day with no one around. The husband snapped a photo, and later, they noticed something odd. A woman seemed to be sitting or standing on the edge of the tower. They were sure no one else had been there. According to legend, a painter once fell from the tower, and his widow, Maria Mestre de los Dolores, is said to still visit the lighthouse. But if both of them are gone now, why would she keep coming back? A Reddit user and their sister were visiting the Normandy Inn in Galveston, Texas, when the sister snapped a photo. Later, they noticed the image might have captured two apparitions, even though no one was actually standing there at the time. Locals claim the Normandy Inn is rumored to be a portal to hell, with years of reports describing eerie sounds, unsettling encounters, and unexplained sightings. This photo suggests there might be more truth to the stories than people think. A mysterious creature was seen hovering through the air with only its head visible, while the rest of its body appeared cloaked or camouflaged. As it moved behind a wall, another entity suddenly emerged from the ground, adding to the intrigue. The true nature of these entities remains unclear, with various theories circulating about what they could be. Facebook user Chante Black shared an old film photo of her husband and two friends kneeling during a teenage camping trip. At first glance, it seemed ordinary, just three boys in the wilderness, but a faint, shadowy figure appeared behind them, arms crossed as if observing. No one else had been there at the time. Curious, Chante showed the photo to a medium who gave a chilling interpretation. The boys hadn't been alone, and unseen spirits were quietly present in the background. Could that be true? A mysterious set of giant footprints was discovered along a riverbank preserved in the mud. The person who found them also noticed several other tracks nearby. If familiar with cryptids, the most likely culprit is Bigfoot. Authorities reportedly attempted to remove the evidence but couldn't get it all, raising questions about what else might be hidden. The exact location of the footage hasn't been revealed. Any guesses? Reddit user Sloper YT's brother was testing his truck's light bar when he captured a video that left them questioning reality. Neither of the brothers knows what it was or why it behaved the way it did, and they turned to the online community for possible explanations. This unsuspecting man's encounter with a furry, intimidating-looking creature ended up being a hilarious mix-up. Definitely not what anyone would expect to call funny.
Raccoons. Get in my trash can. Oh my god, that's...
A man heard noises near his trash cans and, thinking it was a raccoon, went outside to investigate, only to discover a bear rummaging through the garbage. Startled, he quickly retreated indoors, realizing that dealing with a bear is a whole different matter. The mix of surprise, amusement, and maybe a little terror captures a classic case of mistaken identity, reminding humans that nature still rules the backyard. In this clip, water bugs are shown in action. Even though they're small, they swim and hunt very skillfully. Their legs let them move fast in water, and some can trap air to stay underwater like tiny scuba divers. They grab prey with their front legs and use enzymes to turn their victims into liquid food. Despite their size, they're dangerous and shouldn't be touched. A homeowner discovered unsettling footage captured by the camera in front of his house. The video shows a woman in a gown with a head covering standing outside, and notably, no other houses are visible, suggesting the area is quite remote. The woman appears only at night, raising questions about who she is and why she appears there. Some viewers believe she is a ghost, while others speculate she may have been killed in the area and returns to that spot. The eerie nature of the footage makes it difficult to dismiss, leaving the situation mysterious and unnerving. In the middle of the wilderness, wildlife cameras have captured glimpses of Bigfoot, rakes, and other unusual or endangered species. However, one camera owner shared particularly puzzling footage, a white, hairy creature with glowing red eyes staring directly into the lens in the middle of the night. Only its head and shoulders were visible, and its appearance was genuinely frightening. At first, it seemed like a cryptid or supernatural being, but closer inspection revealed silky, unnaturally smooth hair that didn't match any known animal, making it look more like someone in a costume. The eerie red eyes and perfect hair suggest it might have been a prank or an attempt to create a spooky spectacle for the camera. A possible rake sighting occurred in the middle of the night when a peculiar creature was spotted perched on a wooden structure in a field. The creature had glowing eyes and a body that appeared vaguely human, crouched atop the structure as an eerie silhouette against the darkness. After some time, it leapt off with an almost supernatural grace and vanished into the night. Whether this was truly a rake or something else entirely remains unknown, leaving the encounter shrouded in mystery. A man was live streaming on social media from a beach at an undisclosed location when this incident occurred. A man spotted a huge sea creature about 20 to 25 feet long swimming toward the beach. The waves seemed to keep it from getting too close to shore. The sighting attracted police and a crowd of onlookers. Its massive size has led to speculation. Some think it's a shark or whale, while others believe it could be a rarer species not usually seen near the shore. Without more details or a closer look at the footage, its identity remains unknown. This photo shows a fox and a wolf appearing frozen just before a confrontation. While it seems unlikely, there are some natural explanations. It could be a quick shot catching them in a rare pause, or maybe something in their surroundings distracted them, stopping their movements for a moment. Things like lighting, camera speed, or a reflex could also make them look frozen. Either way, it's a striking image that makes the moment look almost unreal. A person at home heard a disturbance next door and went to check, seeing something unusual. A creature with animal-like legs and an upper body being chased by a dog. They quickly recorded it on their phone. When it moved behind a trash can, it suddenly disappeared. People have guessed it might be aliens or something supernatural, while others think it could be CGI. The person who filmed it insists the footage is real. A mysterious video shows what looks like another cryptid sighting. The creature walks away from the camera, showing dark fur and walking on 2 legs. Its upright stance makes it look more like Bigfoot than a bear. There are no confirmed recordings, but many people have seen them from a distance. Close encounters are so scary that few can record them, leaving mostly stories. The Bigfoot mystery still fascinates the paranormal community, but are they real or just a legend? About a year ago in Poland, a fatal car crash occurred on DW 487 near Gosau Śląskie Środowisko, claiming 1 life instantly. A Reddit user hiking nearby captured a photo that revealed something strange hidden in the swampy bushes by the wreck, a figure resembling a face or head peeking out. Strangely, this shape appeared in only that 1 photo. In others, even with a firefighter searching the same spot, nothing could be seen. Could it have been the ghost of the person who died in the crash? A woman hears growling coming from deep within the nearby woods. Instead of fleeing, the woman bravely ventures toward the source of the growling, recording with her phone. Pushing aside vegetation, she spots a black creature crouched by a tree with something reddish at its mouth. She immediately ran after seeing it. While some viewers speculated it was a mystical creature or cryptid, it's actually just a black panther with its mouth open. Strange events in nature have been catching people's attention lately. Cases of dead fish washing up on shores have been frequent this season. Initially thought to be a hoax, it's confirmed that the fish died from low oxygen levels in warm water, an effect linked to climate change. Some suspect there's more, suggesting the government isn't telling the full story. Is this a real concern or just an overreaction? The pyramids remain one of the world's greatest mysteries, with theories ranging from advanced technology to energy manipulation or even construction by giants. This video shows 3 square rocks stacked, with the top one rotating mysteriously. A shadowy object in the middle is barely visible, leaving questions unanswered. If significant, it could shed light on pyramid construction. If not, the rotation of the top rock remains unexplained. A Reddit user shared a haunting photo from their family cemetery, showing 2 small coffins of their stillborn great-aunts resting quietly by the fence. Behind them, a shadowy figure of a woman stands motionless in the woods. The uploader noted that the area beyond the fence is entirely forested, with no paths or reason for anyone to be there. Some suggested it could have been a funeral guest, but the isolation of the spot makes that explanation unlikely. In Oregon, a man saw steam rising from the road by a forest, with the asphalt starting to soften and melt.
It's interesting how it all...
Portland, Oregon.
How it all did this. It came up through the... Look at that.
Yeah, they say this is a volcano 100 years ago, but this is crazy.
The road is... This road's steaming now.
And look at this. Look how easy it is for me to chip away at the road. Look.
This is amazing, isn't it?
You guys, it's hot too. The ground is hot. You can... Look at this one's really kicking.
Some thought a dormant volcano might be waking up, but it was later discovered to be a burst hot water pipe underground. The heat from the pipe softened the road and created steam, turning what seemed like a natural disaster into just an underground leak. In this video, a man ventures into a deserted farm located deep within remote woods, and as he explores the eerie surroundings, unsettling events unfold.
So, I'm going to be a little cautious here. Yeah, well, whatever it is, looks like it's been abandoned for years.
A chilling noise reverberated from the abandoned farm, causing the man to sprint back to his car, and whatever he experienced that day remains unexplained. The video takes place in the home of Ablud, a religious man who believed in a spiritual world full of entities, whether evil demons or holy angels. He thought he was insignificant compared to the rest of the world, and that no demon would bother him. In this video, that belief is proven wrong. In this clip, a bunch of stuff happens, mostly physical hauntings. The big moment is when the supposed demon knocks a holy scripture to the floor. Ablud said he was handling things fine until that happened, and his heart started racing. That's when it became clear the entity was a demon, not an angel. A Russian man in the video had only recently moved into his own home and was feeling quite confident about the lifestyle change. However, he might have been too trusting, because what happened while he was alone was far from pleasant. Shockingly, it occurred just 3 days after he settled in and was recorded. Unusual happenings started taking place throughout his new home. Feeling overwhelmed, he contacted his parents and asked to move back in, and luckily, they welcomed him back. Ian, also known as the Midwest Ghost Hunter, conducted this video in a haunted manor near his home. It proved to be the right choice, especially since he aimed to experience a haunting.
Towards you, okay? Whoa. I'm hearing like tapping sounds on the wall. Is that you, Susie? She literally just tapped on one of these coloring pages. It was like this. It was one of those. Susie, I heard you really like coloring. Is that true? If so, could you move one of these coloring pages? I see you've got a whole coloring book here too. Is this your favorite color book? Oh my god! Oh my god! She just flipped the page! What did I just witness? She literally just flipped the page on that color book. I cannot believe what I just seen. I cannot believe that. Susie, did you just flip this page? Are these your favorite? Your favorite pages? I have got goosebumps on my goosebumps. Could you flip to another page? I'd like to see what else is in here.
It was obvious that Susie's favorite coloring book was that particular one, and she moved it to make her preference known. Unlike most spirits, who often aim to cause fear or harm, Susie seemed to simply seek companionship and share details about herself with Ian. This encounter was certainly one of the less frightening experiences he had. Ian went to explore an abandoned sanatorium completely alone. No camera crew, no experts, and not a single friend with him. Watch what happens next.
Hello? Is there anyone up here? I keep hearing strange sounds up here. Who's up here? I'm getting the creeps already. The sounds came from this side. Hello? Oh, okay, I'm hearing more noises. If that was you, could you make another sound? This is one of the rooms. One of the rooms I was hearing the noises. Are there any patients in here? whisper somewhere in here. Hello? Who's in here with me? Could you tell me your name?
It didn't take long for the ghost hunter to realize this was going to be a successful hunt. This clip happens just 4 minutes after he arrived, and even in those first minutes, there were plenty of strange sounds, showing the spirit was definitely trying to scare him. He wasn't close to giving up, though, and kept going. Once he started using his real equipment, that's when the most interesting footage began to appear.
Oh, come on, Ian. Let's go towards him. I'm coming towards you. Whoever or whatever's up here is giving me a creepy vibe. I wonder what would happen if I ran the spirit box right now. I think I'm gonna try it. Who's walking down this hallway? Doctor! It just said doctor! Doctor who? I don't know what that said. Could you say that one more time? The doorknob. Just grip that doorknob. Something gripped this doorknob. What the heck? I heard that. Did you just grip this doorknob? What the? Oh. I just felt like a force. It like pushed me to the side. I didn't feel anything, but it was like a force. It was like a force like pushing me this way. But I didn't feel anything touching me. That was so freaking bizarre.
After using the ghost box, a device for communicating with paranormal entities, it indicated that the spirit in the hallway was a doctor. That wasn't the alarming part, though. Soon after, it said no visitors, showing the spirits were clearly unhappy with his presence. Unfortunately, he didn't hear this, which led to the final incident.
Man, they just keep coming. Oh, God. There's definitely somebody up here with me. What kind of spirit would haunt an attic in an old hospital? Something not good, right? What? Dude! Am I going crazy or did that just move? No! You see that? It was up against that wall. Those beams.
So far, nothing had actually moved physically. That's why when the box started moving, it really freaked the hunter out, completely changed what he thought about the spirit. No wonder he had such a big reaction and decided to leave. This unsettling image was taken by a hunter using his trail camera. It shows a person standing and staring directly at the camera while a curious deer looks on, reinforcing the sense that the figure was really there. The hunter noted that the spot is far from any town, making the presence of this individual even more unnerving. With no further details, we are left to wonder what this person was doing there so late at night. While hiking off-trail deep in the forest, a man came across something unsettling, a bizarre, scarecrow-like figure covered in what looked like blood, as if part of some ritual. Both disturbed and intrigued, he took a photo and shared it online, asking if anyone had encountered anything similar. The object radiated a menacing, eerie presence, and its true nature remained unknown. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.